So Hatha Yoga, actually all these four aspects have to be there, only then it is Hatha Yoga. There has to be intensification, balancing, locking and cleansing. Only if all these four are happening, then it's Hatha Yoga. When it comes to, especially to asanas, when it becomes more and more generic or mass practices, these locking aspects, ujjayi aspects, they will slowly go away. So finally what remains is a very, very basic form. Of course the postures will remain, but everything else will go away from it. That is not Hatha Yoga in its full potency. That is done so that it can reach more people, like Asvyasa Devati general practices. The another thing is, mostly Hatha Yoga was designed by men. In those times it was men who used to go out of their house and live in the forest and whatever. So they were exploring, so mostly it developed around men. So physiologically many of the practices are meant for men, especially as I was telling, what men mostly need is intensity, because men don't have intensity that much. They're like that. Physically, they say in men, earth principle is more. In women, water principle is more. Even physical composition itself. So for men, the problem is to make it more fluid and excited, intensified. Therefore, Hatha Yoga has a lot of intensification. There is a lot of vigor. So some of the schools do a lot of vigor. Like if you do this, I have not done, but students who attended this, they told me. If you see that Mysore school Ashtanga Yoga, it's very, very vigorous. And it has become a very common thing now, known thing among the students, that if women do that practice, their menstrual cycles will get imbalanced. And they have taken it for granted. It will either delay or happen quickly, or menopause also will give rise to problems. So many women have told me this, and they don't even question it seems. It's okay. That's because it was all meant for men, and they are doing the same thing for women. It shouldn't be done. There should be some calibration. So what women need more is actually stabilizing and balancing. Intensification also, not just negating it. But what they need more is balancing. What men need more is vigor and intensification. So you cannot do the same Hatha Yoga actually. Both of them cannot. It has to be calibrated to some extent. So this practice, whatever we are doing, it is not very vigorous, and it takes care of the balancing also. So some of the girls who have been doing have been telling me they have practiced that Ashtanga Yoga, Mysore school, and they have done this also. They said this is fine, this is not giving any issues. She is also doing. So you can do. If you have problems because of intensity, this will address that. I'm telling a general thing to men. So since Asvyasa time till now, many men have come to me with questions, and whenever it is about intensity giving a problem, it has always been women. Men have never come to me with that question, because intensity doesn't happen so easy. They will have to work a lot for some intensification has to happen. But men won't have that much problems with balance. They won't have that turbulence or whatever, stability or problems. When intensity happens, the tendency of imbalance is less in men. So that's why practices were designed like that, to go full out for vigor and intensity. So how they do in Ashtanga, that school for example, is throughout the asana practice they will be holding the Mula Bandha. Throughout the practice. And of course this stiffening will happen when you do asanas, core stiffening will happen. So in a way they are doing bandha throughout the asana practice and they encourage you to do it. For men maybe it is needed, but it will give adverse effects for women. So this is fine. And also you can personally check yourself and calibrate.